はい、始まりましたでしょうか。ケロロ仮面ゲームズです。ということで、今日もストリートファイター6やっていきますということなんですけれども、エドモの本田さんをね、使わせていただく、今回からもエドモンド本田さん使わせていただくんですが、本田さんの場合、もはやモダンじゃない方が強い説、ちょっと思ったんですよね、それを。なのでちょっとそれをね試していこうかなと思ってますけれども、どこでトレーニングすればいいかわかんないです。ラウレングのクラシック弱なるほどね。はい、OK。ちょっと練習がてらね。ここコンボはつなげやすいんじゃないかな。コマンドリスト。あ、これ頭突きグーパンチでいいんだ。こうか。こっちパターンか。難しいな、やっぱり。やっぱ俺はモダンか。弱中強で必要だな。足と。はいはいはい。もう慣れたもんですね、これは。こんにちはさん。誰も入ってないですね。今始めましたね。こんにちはさん、名前はこんにちはさんは初めてかな。でこれのこれか、コマンドリストかの頭突きが見たいんだが、あ、スペシャルと後ろ。できんのよなこれ。後ろボタンでしょ。ああ、 黄色い後ろ関係ないか。ああ、これはこうなるんだね。全くこの N っていうのはどういうこと？この打ち込みの部分は完全に後ろボタン押せてるんだよ。スーパー続きがマジでできない。練習みたいなやつないんかな。N っていうのもわからんしね。スーパー続きのやり方がわからん。結局スーパー続きはわからんな。はい、コウタさんいらっしゃい。髪色また変えたら髪色変えてないんですよね、実はこれ。色落ち。あとこう髪セットしてる時としてない時の違いみたいな。やつ。ランクマッチ。で、なんかこれをね、3から5にした方がいいって聞いたんだよね。モダンでしょ。 OK。 ランクです。ガチか。俺はこの髪色好きだよ。おっす。緑じゃなくてこうターコイズグリーンぐらいだね。薄い感じね。この色に一発目からするってなるとね、結構ねめんどくさいかもしれん。
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Okay.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Good anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Starts with a jump in. What's the play here? The Vuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now.
Wait.
What are these fighters thinking now? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Close them. What's next? Just out of range for that close. Big man's coming for you. Player 2 experiencing closing moments of the match.
Okay. あれ？普通に勝てちゃったぜ。
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
普通に勝てちゃった。なんでだ？
Who's going to start things off? Brushes that off and keeps going. Medium kick here. Good old burnout.
これがエドモンドの力。
A quick
あ、
breather.
クラシックやね。
Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Knockdown and player Bifton leads some big damage. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Yes.
オーケー。
Back for the win.
普通に勝てちゃった。
Brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? The jump in is denied. Shows the overhead. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it?
オーケ
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
ー。お
Takes a
ー。
trip. So they break forward to pressure the opponent.
猫の手借りてませんよ今。
Sticks the jump in. Taking stock. From up above. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. 100-hand slap. Oh god, this is tense. Going in? Both fighters are barely hanging in there, but someone's got a super art.
オーケー。
Killer headband. Counting
Don't
on the super
push.
to wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
これなんかこいつには負ける気せんな。やっと俺の時代来たか。
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 1 can build off this lead.
おいし
There's
ょ
been
い。
some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Ooh, what's
どっ
this?
ち
What's gonna happen?
俺じゃない。
Not letting that go unpunished.
わかった。負けたか
Oh, is this it? Or are they still
さ
in?
すがに。
They're not dead.
俺は終わった。
This fight's not over. Flawless round.
パーフェクト KO 持っていかれていく。
We're going into the final round tied up.
別にナメップしてたわけじゃないです。普通にやられました。
Goes for the jump in to start. Not close enough for the throw. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge
おい。
Burns out. Shots fired with depth. The bull's over levels them. Okay, here we go. Player 2. Oh, the throw connects. Taking chunks out of each other here. Anti-air in the clutch. Gets the counter hit. Goes to the air. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not matter that both fighters are burned out. Player 2 can't use any
オーケー。マジ垂直飛びが全然できんのやけど。ずーっとやりたいんやけど。
No way we could have called that.
元モードに戻る。これ練習しながら待てないのかな。
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is
Okay.
going to be a must-see match.
いい戦いになりそうだ。
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Trips
どう
them
す
up.
こい。
Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? from up above. All right, what's coming up next? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Get some.
おい
Player 2 picks up the
普
always
通に
important
さっ
first
きのや
round.
つが
They'll want to
弱
keep
か
the
った
ball
だけという
going.
ことが
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive game. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Gotta be careful going on the offensive. They were expecting that drive impact. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Burnout activates. Big man's coming for you. There sets up KO.
ボロ負け
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves
ボ
a
ロ
streak.
ボロに負けでね
Back into the
勝てるわけないな
rematch.
これ
We
は
ain't even close to done
波
yet.
動拳やろ
Looks
は
like
い
they want to establish a
3
rhythm with
発
their
ね
ground game
あ
and
4発だ
fireballs. Checks with the projectile. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. What are these fighters thinking now? Backs them into the corner. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Nails the anti-air. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity.
オーケー
KO.
おいしい
Player 2 on the board first
Oh,
with the win.
it's,
They'll want to keep the pressure on.
エドモンドホンダ強いって聞いてたぞ
Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now,
もういい
how
っ
are they
て
going to use it? Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. They exchange blows. Scrapping it out, up in with the
なんか決まったぞ
Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
知らん
Both
技が
fighters planning something? KO!
無理負けた
Player 2 took no time to
で
finish that fight.
「ランクマッチのさどこがゴールなんかが見たいんだけど
Here comes a new challenger.
プレデターまであるんかな
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
ミッションに取り掛かれ。Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. What's the play here? The super armor does its
はい
job. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Knockdown. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Did this super art connect? Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. All right, what's coming up next? Long low attack hits. Heading into the end game now.
うわ
Getting
できた
tense.
今のがしたいんで
Whips
すよ
with that huge attack. 100 hand slap. Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. Burnout
う
activated.
えいじゃい
Player 2 can't afford mistakes without this is gonna be bad.
思い出したかのように使いやがっておい
Player 1
今の絶対俺ので思い出
takes
した
the
や
round
ろ
like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
意外といけたぞソニック
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Whiffs the throw. Jumps? Denies the jump in. A quick breather. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Brushes that off and keeps going. Scrapping it out up close. Going in. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Shot fired with depth. Show of force. Amazing. This is gonna hurt. Gotta do better than that. Okay, no pugs, nothing but air. Side switch in the corner. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Finds the target. Lots of distance here. Big time whip.
こいつ多分技してくるぞ。
At this range. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Presses for a reaction with a fireball.
うわいしょい。無理だな。この最後の攻防戦みたいなやつ。めちゃくちゃ緊張すんのよ。もう一戦だろ。あら？勝ち逃げか。ここで見れるんかな？ランク見れんな。とりあえず俺のランクが今ルーキー2ってことよね、多分。ルーキー星2つ。で次はルーキー3のやつか。本田さん。大一番にゴース。
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
マジ。
Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gunshot. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball.
こいつ。
Taking stock.
だも
Goes for the super art. Ops for the level 1 Vulcan blast.
おい。
Player 1 picks up the always important first round.
今日生で使いやがってよおい。飛び道具が来ると、はい、分かってました。
Last round we saw some very solid zoning play. Can they keep that up and close out this game? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Good old slaps. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. The super doesn't hit. Burnout activates. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Throw leaves them wide open. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Both fights show up force. Now they get good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. This is a critical moment. And the fly. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round.
Checks with a sandblast. The last round. It's now or never. Zones with the fireball. Rising uppercut. Still plenty of time left. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What now? Player 2 has a big drive gauge lead. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Shot fired with tempo.
はい、俺の後。どうだよ、バカ野郎。あれ、なんで？
What's next? Impact squat. Super hard incoming.
Okay, 危ねえ。
Will this change the round? Presses for a reaction with a fireball. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Checks with a sandblast. Player 2 can't use any drive.
バーローおいこいつ
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
ランク上やろうがお前はよ
It's not
俺より
over
ランク
yet.
上やろうが
Best believe it's time for that run back.
あ違うんか俺より下ってこと
Reads
か
the counterattack. Blast him. Uses the target, hits him with a stop and block. Throws him. What's next? Was well in range to score the throw. Goes for the throw. Knockdown. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? This is a real back and forth.
間違えたボタン
They definitely know what the other is capable of. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Oops, they were anticipating that super art. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit.
ダボー
Creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Will this super art connect? That's not gonna hit. Light
も
sneaks in the
う
throw.
で
Player
単調な
one
戦い
picks
方
up
しや
the
がって
always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes to the overdrive. Player one kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. A quick breather. Player one has a super art. Player one has an empty drive gauge.
なんで
This is a
倒した
very
んだ
precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player goes for the level 1 super. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Sandblast. Blossom. Raw super art incoming. Opt for the level 1 Vulcan blast. Goes and flatlines.
そうボロ負けや
Player 1 brings it home.
ボロ負け
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
あこいつ苦手や苦手なやつ来た長いなローディング
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
かわいい
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Oh, whiffs the grab. Okay, we're in the
本当に
early
こいつ
stages
この
of the
距離の
round.
技多いよな
That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. Hey ho!
ゼロダメだけを避け
Player
る
two hits up the always important first round.
はい
They'll want to keep the
こ
ball
っからで
rolling.
すよ
Round 2.
一戦くれてやったのよ
Goes for the jump in to start. They piled up, going on the offensive. Big man's coming for you. Was looking for that jump attack. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Both fighters goes for the level 1 super. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Still slugging it out at this range. Player 10 whips. They're wide open. It's a good
はいすいませんでした
Sweat burns out. Player 2 just put themselves on a big time whip. Okay, here we go.
こいつ切れてるぞこいつ切れてる
If I've ever
こいつピキってんやんおい
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
ダボがよ
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace.
これか見つけた
Wow, shut down. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Avoids getting cornered. Opts for the throw. Takes a trip. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Taking stock.
やばい、完全試合される。
KO. Player
マジで
2
上手くなら
takes the round
どう
like
すれ
a
ばいいん
thief
だ。
in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
まだあるね。
Goes for the jump in to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Medium kick. Just out of range for that throw. Player 1 is going on the offensive. Burnout activates. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Big man's coming for you. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Up for the arrow. Charges forward. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Gets the critical art now.
はい。
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
うえい、どこーい。
わしこそ世界一じゃ。Fight round. Fight.
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. That's a counter. Shot fired with Depot. Pumps him hard. Player 2 has to cross that off.
うえい。
Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Looking for a hole. Cashes out the cage.
怒ってます。ピッキピキです。
Don't play. Delta Red Assault. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Flatlines him.
さあ、2連勝終わらせてやんよ。
Comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. They're
まだできん
still
だ。
hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Opts to create space to start. Big man's coming for you. Will that drive impact get punished? Whiffing a drive impact opens a huge window to get punished. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Spiral hit. Goes for the super art. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Who will cap a good decision opting for the drive impact?
よっしゃ。
Player 1 can't use any more.
OK、危ね
Player
ギリ
1 with a good start to the fight, but can they
え。
keep
ギリ
it
ギリやっ
up?
たら座布団投げられるんやな。
Round 2. Fight.
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Charges forward. But there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Their worst fear in the corner taking form. Oicho throw. You can't let them close in like that. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 has hit them with a stopping block. Grabs and throws them away. A quick breather. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Looking to impress with this super. Uses the gauge for the
こいつ
super.
マジで俺と同じレベルじゃねえか。
Player 1 will need to use their meter here wisely. Like we KO.
マジで俺と同じレベルやろ。
Last round, people. Both fighters
勝ったり負けたり勝ったり負けたりよ、ほんといい勝負しやがって。
Fight round. Fight.
Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Both fighters are standing firm with plenty off of me. Player 1 Totsugeki to the face. Cannon spike. What are they gonna do? Sets up with the jump in. Shot fired with Depot. Raw super art incoming. A jump in? Will this super art do anything?
入るんや。
On the level 1 super. Up for the arrow. Okay, here we go.
もうなんで
Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Oh, here we. This is gonna hurt. Player 2 with it.
まあ負けていく。
I've seen a lot of fights in my day,
あんたの
but
勝ちだよ。
nothing even comes close to this one.
いい勝負させやがって。あんたが大将。あんたが大将。ランク待ち。うわ、この画像古くしたいな。俺もエドモンドさんの。
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
波動拳で来る。
All right, first round. What's going to
は
happen?
い。はい。
Checks with the projectile. Difficult situation for a throw. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Overhead. Hits with the overhead. Taking stock. Projectile to try and change the situation. Big man's coming for you. Very critical point of the match with full drive gauge available. At this range, many takes a big gamble and
波動
rips
拳
on
失
a
敗し
raw
すぎだろおい。
Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Shows a medium kick. What'll happen here? They take some time to back off and regroup. Who's going to strike first? Long-range fireball to break the silence. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Looking for a chance. 20 seconds left.
弱すぎ。
Wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Scrapping it up, they're going for the super art.
うわ、うまっ。届くか、それ。
Just goes for it at this range. A super art, Oicho throw. You can't let him close in like that. Player 2, in dire straits, uses their drive gauge. Player 2 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play an overhead attack. Kick out of nowhere.
ああなったら俺回避技が分かんないな。
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
フォローありがとうございます。フォローありがとうございます。
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jump. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Charges in with authority. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Still slugging it out here. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around.
オーケー。やっていく。
Picks up the always important
ごっ
first
つぁん
round.
です。
They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
波動拳打つ前に俺が攻め立てて。
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Medium kick. Good old slap. Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, a super art. The dragon last
Wow,
hitting
my.
him with side switch on
打
top
開
of
して
the
いく。
damage. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Scrapping it out up close. This throws him.
バキバキド
Throws
ス
him
ン。
forward. Maintains the corner. Sends him flying.
おれ
Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball.
間違えた。
Okay, here we go. Medium kick into.
うわ持ってかれた。
Who's gonna take it? Here comes
き
five
た
seconds.
おーしょー。
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
なんだ
They're still hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Sneaks in above. Throws them to negate the block. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their
さっきまでの俺たち違うぜ。どんどん使いこなしてきたか。
Always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. They trade. Goes for the jump in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Big throws. Still scrapping for control of the space. What'll happen? He pops nothing but air. Connects with medium kick. What a finish! Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
やってみろよ、おい。あ、これでプラクティスにしとけばいいのか。こういうことね。これしとけばやってる途中にランクが急に始まるってことね。すぐマッチングすんだよな今。
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
こいつ苦手だからな。
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? All right, what's coming up next? Goes in on the impact for nothing. Get right in there. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around, and delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Heading into the end game now, it's getting 10 charges forward. Knockdown.
OK。ちょっと待って、上手くなってきてないか。
On the board first with the win. They'll want
ちょ
to
っ
keep
と
the
待ってく
pressure
れ
on.。
残です。
Opts to create space to start.
つかみから来
Check
た
the
か。
throw. Jumps up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Oicho throw. You can't let him close in like that. Going in. Smart play with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Connects with medium kick. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Raw critical.
おーしゃい、セーフティー。
Ready, 'cause it's time for the final
これで追いつくかな。
Dashes out the meter to get a ringside seat. Any
いや追いつかんか
mistake
これ
is
で
gonna
も。
be fatal. What's it gonna be up for the arrow?
うわー追いつかんかったか。
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open, but this could lead to some big damage.
こいつうまい、切り出しがうまい。
Get carried, turning it right up with a super. Killer B spin catches them standing. Things are heating up. Throws them.
あ、こいつ切り出しがうまいぞ。
Closes in.
もうthe
They're in
fuck。
a real bad situation here. Up for the arrow. Jump. This may turn into a big chance. Even the slightest impact counter. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
かっこよく負けたわ。もう一回やってやれよ、
Not
お
over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick hits. Pressuring the situation
モダン
with
か
the charge
向
in.
こうもな。
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? An aggressive attack.
ガードできんのよな。
Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown.
こいつに追いつかん。
Well-timed corner switch. Neither of them willing to back off here. Knockdown. Player experiencing burnout.
こいつに追いつかんのよな、発動前に。
Player 2
ってことは前が近すぎるってことか。
first round. They'll want to
こ
keep
い
the
つ
ball
が近寄っ
rolling.
てくるからちょっと離れつつ行けばいいか。
Tries to set
これ
the
が早
tone
い。
with that charging attack. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. A drive impact, medium kick. Both fighters charges forward. Their spacing hits them with a stopping bomb. Good instinct to spend resources while they have them to tack on more damage. Experiencing burnout. A super art. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Will they What'll happen here? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Connects with medium kick. Ooh, what a smart
Yeah, but-
blow. Amazing. This is a critical moment. Grabs him.
うおー、オッケー、ギリギリセーフ。ごっつんで
Here's
す。
the final round. The real fight starts now.
こんな喜んじゃいかんのよ、相撲はよ。
Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Medium kick hits.
オッ
It's
ケー。
coming for you. Medium kick into. Ooh, you never know what shrugs that off. It opts for the
つか
arrow.
めんかった。
Fights back with authority. Does a good job escaping the corner. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Rushes in. What are they gonna do? With super arts into play, it baits out the low kick.
これができん。
All the throw connects. Both fighters are down to half life. Shot fired with Depot. Sets up with the jump in. Can they use their drive?
はい、来た。はい、入った。
This is gonna
あり
kill,
が
no
とうござい
doubt
ま
about it.
す。これよ。
Anything a chance with that super finish.
スーパーフィニッシュいただきま
Gone
し
ahead
た。
into both of our fighters. This put on a real clinic for us.
もう一丁やってやるか。
Not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
あ、こいつナメプしてるか。
The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Does a good job of pushing back.
こいつの走り出し何やったんや、さっ
Gets
きの
the。jump in. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive gets him.
こいつナメプしてる。
Player 2 picks up the first round.
なんだうぜえ
That'll
な
give them a。
ジョジョ立
psychological
ち。
advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
They exchange
これで
blows.
す。
Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Charges forward. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Big man's coming for you. There's a burnout.
うおー、え
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Round. Fight.
It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Jumps up. Hits him with a stopping block. Both are ready to pull the trigger on all the throw connects. What's next? Player distantly to some big damage. Oh, they cannon fight. Okay, here we go. The throw doesn't. There's a burnout. Sets up with the jump in.
一発も当てれなかった。
Player 2 was an absolute.
ケルルは初見です。ゴンゴンさんやろう絶対。名前に名残残ってます。名前に名残残ってんのよ。 マジ垂直跳びができんのよな。はやーマッチング。お前か。かっこいいやつね。
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
いやでも順調に強くなってるよ。
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Starts with a jump. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important.
間違えたボタン。
The drink levels up to 4.
お、覚醒したなんか。
Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Goes for the level 1 super. All right, what's coming up next? A thunder back to close the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Was looking for that jump attack. That's the hits him with a stop and pop. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Jumps up. Looking for a chance. Baits out. Gets the punish counter. And whip. They're wide open. Nothing stops this train.
入れたか。
Light leaders the tops off the table.
入れられていく。なんじゃこりゃ。
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build
もう一丁
themselves
行きましょう。
right back into the rematch.
もうすぐで
They ain't even close to gun yet.
勝てる気するんだけど。
This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Lands a punish counter for the first hit.
まずは。
That was a solid anti-air. Wow. Shut down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The cross-up connects.
そればっか狙いやがってよ。ああ、こいつ通りでモダンですね。 失敗していく。
The drive impact whip. Are they ready to punish?
こればっかしていくね、こい
Sticks the jump in. They timed that just right to get the perfect parry. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Takes a trip. Player 1 chases them down. Goes for the super art. Goes for the level 1 super. How's this round going to develop? Heading into the end. Burnout activates. Knockdown and whiffs with that huge attack. Closing moments of the match.
無理か。
Closing. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Hits them with his free flow. Grabs and throws them away. Going in. Sneaks in above. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Goes for it all, but just misses. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Not much life difference. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Underhand slap. Punish counter action. They need to opt for the critical art.
うまい。
Will this be enough to
かっこいい。
Let's go.
What a finish!
痛い今の。
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They
いや
put on a
普通に
real
もう見
finish.
たくないな今のはもう。痛い今の。その中華拳法、中国拳法わからんけど絶対痛いやん。痛いっていうのは絶対わかるじゃん。 垂直飛びがマジでできんのやけど。あ、ここか。これだ。はい、もうこれ使えます。この後ろボタンってそれなんや。はいはいはいはいはい。こう、あれできんくなった。できんくなったぞ。一瞬できたのに。どういうことだ。ぬらやたやさん久しぶりや。エーペックスやってないです。断念しました。エーペックス逃げました、完全に。
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in, finds the mark.
なんじゃそりゃ。初めてやな、こいつと戦うの。
Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Parries the attack.
こいつなんじゃ、なんかかっこいい。
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a
いや、クー
psychological
ルす
advantage.
ぎ。
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Grabs them with the embrace. A quick breather. Sneaks in above. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Going in?
はあ。
Are we gonna see a comeback here? Big man's coming for you. Burnout activates. Pulls them and
もう無理だ。あれ100発掴まれるくね。
Player 1 brings it home.
JP。
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
おっさんの心得じゃん。うわ、あいつなんだ。なんだ今の時間はよ。いや、これ絶対や。どうやって防ぐの。
You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. They hit each other. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
なんじゃこいつ。格上か。
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Still very early in the round. They're still feeling each other out. What a clutch side kick there. Now they need to capitalize on brushes that off and keep going. Player 2 has an empty drive loop. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters planning something? Throwing some shade.
無理だ。なんだこれ。こいつやば。
You're locked in. That was a decisive win.
こいつ一番の強キャラかもしれん。こっちかな。
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Trips them up. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What are they thinking here? Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Oh, burnout on both sides? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Projectile to try and change the situation. Next hit will end the Getso.
普通のパンチ
Picks up the first round.
ガード崩せんのあのパンチ
Psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken.
も
Player 1 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight.
う今のなんだ
Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. 15 blow. It's a good spot to use the super. Hold your breath. Experiencing
どういう発動条件で
Player 1
垂直飛びできるのかわからんなんでだできるとできん時があるんや
We ain't even close to done yet. Nails the anti-air. Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Shows the overhead. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Knockdown. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Big man's coming for you. That drive impact doesn't get through.
Okay.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the
so
night.
this-
What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 2 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Brushes that off and keeps going. A quick breather. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time.
おっしゃ
Digs in deep to get that drive in. Counting on the super
Points.
to do the job. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big man's coming for you. Goes for the level 1 super. Gotta be careful not to whip at this show of force. And eats it. Are we gonna see a comeback here? KO!
うい
This is the final
Get
round.
us, yes,
Expect
yes,
to see some
yes,
fireworks.
Fight. Round. Fight.
Throws a fireball. Player 2 had a rough go of it last round due to poor drive management, but there's still time to adapt and turn this match around. Solid anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here.
うわ、ました。
Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. This is gonna hurt. What now? Like show of force. What were they thinking? Crowns them from above. Sets up with the jump in. Jumps. Slaps them. Charges up the plasma. Excellent read. Amazing. Nothing stops this train. Player 2 is looking at a grip. This could lead to some big damage. Player 1 can't let this simmer. It is over.
こいつ
Player 1 really had to fight for that
な
one.
んじゃ
No shortage of drama.
マジ垂直飛びもう一回学び直させてほしい。さっきなんでできたんだ垂直飛び。ああはいはいはい、ポンじゃなくてこう下がってていくんだ。 差がついて、ああそういうことね。通信エラーが発生した。マッチング設定オンにしていますかね。12312はいはいはいはいはい。一番の本田さんの一番の強技をマスターしましたんで。土俵入りで壊す。
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Puts one in the pocket. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open.
思い出したかのように使ってましたね。
Strings it all together. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Got their eye on the air. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Sumo headbutt. All right, what's coming up next? Somehow pushes back. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. The punish counter gives them a great opening here. Ends the round with a.
いやでもいいぞ。ドスコーイが使えるようになったから。
Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't.
本来ならもっと負けてたはずこいつには。
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Still very early in the round. They're still feeling each other out. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Knockdown. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Brushes that off and keeps going. Gets a risky butt in. Both fighters experiencing burnout. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Flies in with a headbutt. Sets up with the jump in. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Bumps up.
Okay.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Dashes up. Oh,
あーどっちだ。あー負けた。
there's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished.
あうまい。
That's when you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get him punished. Jury's going to a dark place.
どこまで減る？
Send down
うわ
Nothing stops this train.
ーかわいそうすぎる。
Can't win this without pulling the trigger. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? The overhead denied.
よいしょ。
This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not
そんな減らんか。
but also their nerves. What are they gonna do? This is it. Medium kick. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Right up. Player 2 comes
負けた。
on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.
これよ。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets a risky buff in. Lots of Fuha bank and plenty of avenues to race through. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Tons of drive and health to work with. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. Hits with the overhead.
うわ、ストレート負けだこれは。
Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll
同
want
じ
to
ラ
keep
ン
the
ク。
pressure on.
あ、横によう見たら LP 書いてんな。
Opts to create space to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. They return to center stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Hits them with a stopping block. It's a good spot. Use the super. The Kaisen Dankai Ranku connects. They're gonna score huge damage off of this.
厳し
We have
い
super arts on deck. They're still at crowns them from above. Turns out, what a
厳し
they
い
knew exactly what was gonna happen. Player 2
もういい
brings
終わ
it
ろう
home. Let's see if they can build themselves
今
a
日も、
streak.
いつも通りですが内落ちということです。ただ今日のこの1時間では、結構江戸の本田さんとの相性が合うようになってきたというか、ストリートファイター格ゲーが少しはちょっと上達したんじゃないかな、少しはちょっと上達したんじゃないかなと思っております。今回の配信も YouTube にアーカイブ載せてますので、よかったら YouTube のチャンネル登録と TikTok のフォローよろしくお願いします。今日はここまでです。おつけろ。